Hi everyone and welcome to today's morning report on Tuesday the 11th of August with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Hantec Markets. The European trading session's got off to a fairly weak start, and that has come on the back of disappointing sentiment actually after China devalued the yuan by 2% overnight. That sent emerging market currencies sharply lower and put commodities initially under pressure. And that has sort of filtered through into equity markets in the European session today. It's had a very strange impact. Well, I mean, markets are sort of still flying around, really, trying to get a gauge in exactly how to play this because I'll talk you through it in a bit. But certainly, for example, commodity prices, they're flying around. The gold price was initially lower, then moved strongly higher in the European session. Oil prices as well have rebounded. And it is sort of an interesting fact of what's going on here today. We had dollar strength. This is the dollar index. We initially had the dollar strength on the back of that sort of devaluation of about 2%, but then the dollar's fallen away, and that falling away of the dollar has sort of been exacerbated by the euro, which has rallied quite strongly on the back of news of a Greek deal over its third bailout. But you look at this oil price, for example. Oil price is basically low. It was basically flat. It was lower, then moved higher, and it's sort of now settling again, basically flat on the day. But gold is a significant chart that I'll show you in a bit, and that's had some big moves to the upside. And the theory being, well, certainly according to some sources that I'm reading, that gold is seen as a hedge in China against the devaluation of the yuan. So, very interesting move there on gold. But in terms of other than that, we're pretty much just looking out for the German ZEW economic sentiment today. That comes out in a little bit. German ZEW is expected to come higher actually. 29.7 was the last time out. 32 is the expectation here. That would sort of snap 4 months in a row of declining ZEW, but certainly it seems in the last month that decline has been slowing, and 32 would be an improvement and take it back above the level it saw a couple of months ago as well. So that would be a positive again for the euro. But we're still, as I said, reacting to this Chinese news really. Interesting that, as I said, that has affected across emerging market and commodity currencies, and that sort of takes me to my chart of the day, which is the Aussie dollar. And the Aussie dollar, I was going to talk about this anyway, and I was going to talk about the potential for the Aussie dollar to be breaking this downtrend and starting to potentially recover. But what we have seen is, in the wake of this Chinese news, a sharp reversal of that move. And we're now seeing all these momentum indicators starting to roll over again. The RSI has backed away from 50 again. That's what happened in mid-June before it started that 5-week decline. Stochastics as well threatening to cross back lower again, and again that's exactly what happened in mid-June. So if these indicators do continue this move, it could well be that the pressure is on back onto the downside. Now the fact is that we've now seen the Aussie breaking this uptrend that's been in process for the past sort of 7 days. We've also seen, if I zoom out here, we've got this pivot level coming in around 73.50, 73.50 being this sort of pivot level here, and that got broken, and not only that, we had a rebound back to that pivot level and we've dropped away from it again, so that pivot level is still clearly in place. Now we've got initial support that's been left at 73.03, but I think that's going to come under further pressure. I think this chart is sort of deteriorating now. Certainly if you start to see the RSI sort of falling back towards 30 again, MACD lines are sort of more negatively configured as well. So on the hourly chart, it looks as though the outlook is deteriorating once again, and is sort of broken. You did break initially that reaction support that came in around about 73.10. Initially broken, didn't confirm the breakdown, but certainly initial breakdown. But it certainly looks as though if this continues to sort of trade and come back below 73 figure again, then you're going to be probably coming back towards a test of these lows around that 72.60 mark, and then possibly even a retest of the 72.32 key low there. So it certainly looks as though this little mini rally that we've had is under pressure and sort of starting to deteriorate once again on the Aussie. So that seems to be the outlook on the Aussie once more. Anyway, I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.